Long before anyone whispered her name, Vanessa Morgan had already collapsed on the cold hospital floor of Crestview University clinic. Her once smooth skin had grown pale, her breath shallow, and the unbearable stench around her made nurses cover their faces. Students outside whispered, "Is that not the same Vanessa, the one who lived like a queen?" No one knew what had happened to her. No one imagined that maggots, real living maggots, had become her punishment. But her story didn't start here. It started long before the screams, long before the curse, long before the fall. It began the day she thought beauty made her untouchable. Vanessa Morgan grew up in Rosefield Town, a comfortable but modest place. Her parents weren't rich, but Vanessa's beauty was the kind that made people stop mid-sentence. Smooth caramel skin, hourglass figure, and a walk that announced confidence before her lips even spoke. At Crestview University, she was known as the girl who never repeats clothes, the fashion queen, the girl the boys fear and admire. But Vanessa didn't want boys. She wanted a lifestyle. While other students read their notes, Vanessa read price tags. Weekends were for clubs, luxury corners, and champagne-lit selfies. Her best friend Nora James, quiet and calm, tried to warn her. "Vanessa, slow down." But Vanessa laughed. "Slow down for what? I am made for soft life." That confidence would soon open the wrong doors. At one of her glamorous nights out, Vanessa met Marcus Reed. Tall, smooth-talking, handsome, with that expensive smile she adored. He showered her with gifts. New phone. New tablet. Wigs that shimmered. Bags that turned heads. Vanessa didn't ask questions. She didn't want truth. She wanted lifestyle. Marcus fell in love. Vanessa fell into enjoyment. She skipped lectures, posted hotel selfies, lived like a small celebrity on campus. Her followers called her Crystal Princess, soft life goddess. But deep down, she wanted more. Marcus tried keeping up, but one day he broke. "Vanessa, please, money is tight." She looked at him like he had insulted her soul. "A broke boy, you, never call me again." And she walked away. Then came the wedding in Rosefield Town. Decorations sparkled, cameras flashed, high-life music filled the air. But Vanessa Morgan was the one who stole the show. Her dress hugged her body like it was sewn by destiny. Eyes followed her. Whispers rose behind her. Even Nora stared in surprise. And outside the hall, fate waited. As she stepped out to take pictures, a shadow draped in power approached her. Tall, calm, dressed in a spotless, expensive, traditional attire. Mr. Donovan Hale, a wealthy figure from Crystalview City. His voice was smooth like quiet thunder. "Hello, beautiful, I would love to know you." He gave her his card. Just a card. But that single moment would rewrite her entire destiny. Back at school, Vanessa couldn't sleep. She kept staring at the card. His name. His presence. His wealth. Finally, she called. "My sweet Vanessa," he said, recognizing her voice instantly. "I want to see you. Come to Crystalview City this weekend." Minutes later. Alert received. Money. A lot of money. Nora begged her not to go. Vanessa only smiled. "I was born for this." Vanessa packed her finest outfits, heels that clicked like royalty and perfumes that sang wealth. The next morning, she boarded a luxurious interstate bus bound for Crystalview City. Nora stood at the station, worry on her face. "Vanessa, this road you're following, it doesn't end well." Vanessa waved her off with a smile. "Relax, life favors the bold." But behind her confidence, something in the air felt strange. As if invisible things crawled around her destiny. Crystalview City welcomed her like a queen. Tall glass buildings. Uniformed guards. Cars that purred like lions. Everything glowed with expensive silence. A driver in a black suit waited with a placard. Miss Vanessa Morgan. She smiled. This was the life she always dreamed of. But luxury can blind the eyes that must see danger. His mansion was not a house, it was a kingdom. Tall marble columns. Water fountains dancing like they were enchanted. Gold frames glimmering on the walls. When Vanessa entered, tasteful chills ran across her skin. Mr. Donovan Hale descended the stairs like a man carved from power and secrets. "You look even more beautiful up close," he said with a slow smile. Vanessa's heart fluttered. Not with love, but with ambition. At dinner, crystal glasses clinked softly. Steamed vegetables, grilled meat, expensive wine, everything smelled like wealth. Donovan watched her with intense interest. "You deserve more than boys who can't afford your taste," he said. Vanessa smiled proudly. But while she admired his wealth, she didn't notice his wife, Amelia Hale, watching from upstairs, her eyes cold, calculating. The night grew heavy with secrets. After dinner, Donovan handed her a velvet box. Inside lay a diamond necklace that glowed like captured moonlight. "For you," he whispered. "But Vanessa, I don't share. When you step into my life, you belong to me." She laughed softly. She thought he meant romance. He meant ownership. Vanessa placed the necklace around her neck, and unknowingly fastened the first chain of her downfall. Donovan gave her a beautifully furnished guest room. Soft silk sheets, cold air conditioning, lavender scent drifting through the windows. But the room felt wrong. She heard faint scratches under the bed, whispers in the walls, soft crawling sounds. When she opened the door to call someone, the hallway was empty, only shadows stretching long and thin. She told herself it was just imagination. But destinies don't whisper without reason. Around midnight, Vanessa heard voices downstairs. Soft, tense, sharp like broken glass. She tiptoed to the landing and listened. Amelia Hale's voice rose. "You keep bringing these girls here. Haven't the maggots punished us enough already?" Donovan growled back. "Don't question me. She is useful." Vanessa froze. Maggots. Punishment. Before she could hide, the staircase creaked, and Donovan's eyes found her. Cold. Dark. Knowing. Vanessa ran back to her room, grabbed her bag, and tried to leave. But the front door wouldn't open. It was locked from outside. The windows, secured with steel bars she hadn't noticed during the day. Her hands trembled. Her chest burned with fear. For the first time, Vanessa Morgan understood. She wasn't visiting a wealthy man. She was trapped by one. And somewhere in that house, maggots crawled in the shadows, waiting. By morning, Vanessa wasn't the same girl who entered the mansion the day before. Her eyes had lost their shine, and every corner of the house felt alive. Alive with watching. The maids avoided her eyes. The guards looked at her like she was merchandise. Even Amelia Hale passed her without a word. Her perfume smelled sweet, but her silence smelled dangerous. Vanessa felt the truth pressing on her skin. She was inside a prison made of luxury. One of the maids, an older woman with tired eyes, finally approached Vanessa. "My dear, this house is not what it seems," she whispered. "What do you mean?" Vanessa asked. But before the maid could answer, Donovan's footsteps echoed down the hall. The maid instantly lowered her head and fled. Donovan smiled at Vanessa, but his smile felt like a blade wrapped in velvet. "You like your room?" he asked. She nodded, too terrified to speak. Because behind him, she saw shadows crawling along the wall, like thin, hungry maggots. That evening, Vanessa tried removing the diamond necklace he gave her. But the clasp wouldn't open. She tugged, twisted, pulled. Nothing. Her skin around the necklace had grown irritated. Red. Warm. Itching like fire. When she looked at the mirror, she gasped. Tiny white worms, maggots, were forming under her skin, crawling outward from the necklace. She screamed. But the mansion ate her scream like it was nothing. Donovan entered her room without knocking. You're adjusting, he said softly. Adjusting? To what? Her voice shook. What did you do to me? He stepped closer. You wanted soft life. Now you will live the way the maggots choose. They reward beauty, but they also punish pride. He touched her neck. She jerked away. His eyes were no longer normal. They held a crawling, hollow hunger. Later that night, Amelia Hale walked into Vanessa's room without fear or shame. She stood tall and elegant, her face carved with years of pain. Listen to me, Amelia whispered. You think you're the first. Donovan brings girls. But the maggots decide who stays. Vanessa backed away. Please help me. Amelia sighed deeply. I can't save you. I couldn't even save myself. Then she left, closing the door softly. Vanessa fell to the floor and cried. Vanessa woke in the middle of the night to a burning itch. She lifted her shirt. Maggots were crawling beneath her skin, moving like living veins. Her arms, her stomach, her thighs. She screamed and scratched. But they only crawled deeper. She begged the universe, begged the night, begged anything listening. Please, somebody help me. But in this mansion, the maggots answered prayers, not humans. Vanessa waited until everyone slept. She tiptoed through the halls, past the paintings, past the grand staircase, past the silent guards. She headed for the back door. The key hung on a hook. She reached out. A squeak. The gate hinges cried loudly. Lights snapped on. Hands grabbed her. Arms dragged her backward. Where do you think you're going? Donovan hissed. Her world collapsed into darkness. When Vanessa opened her eyes, she found herself in a room she had never seen before. A cold basement. Walls covered with strange markings. Jars filled with writhing maggots. Chains hanging from the ceiling. Donovan stood before her. You entered my life willingly, he said. Now the maggots will decide your fate. Vanessa shook violently. Her tears mixed with fear. Her downfall had only just begun. Vanessa's wrists were chained, her knees weak, her breath shaking. Donovan lit 3 candles around her. Each flame flickered like it feared the darkness. Every prideful soul must face what lies beneath, he said. He opened a jar. Inside, white wriggling maggots. The smell alone choked her. Vanessa cried. Please, I'm sorry, please. Donovan only shook his head. The maggots don't forgive. He poured them on the floor. They began crawling toward her. From the corner, Amelia Hale watched with folded arms. She did not smile. She did not enjoy the suffering. But her face carried a heaviness that said, this cycle has happened before, and it will happen again. She whispered to Vanessa, you had a chance to walk away. But you chased a life that feeds on the foolish. Vanessa sobbed harder. Amelia turned her gaze away, unable to watch what was coming next. The maggots reached her bare feet. She screamed, twisted, kicked, begged. But the more she struggled, the faster they crawled. They covered her ankles, her legs, her waist. Her skin jerked as they slipped inside old pores and wounds she never knew she had. It felt like 1,000 needles, mixed with fire, mixed with madness. She lost her voice screaming. Donovan knelt beside her, his voice low and cold. You wanted soft life. You wanted wealth without work. You wanted luxury without limits. He touched her cheek, and she flinched violently. Now you will carry the price of wanting too much. He whispered something in an ancient tongue. The maggots reacted instantly, crawling deeper beneath her skin. Vanessa fainted from pain. In her unconscious state, Vanessa found herself in a strange, empty void. She saw herself, beautiful, glowing, adored, exactly how she imagined life should be. Then the image cracked, like broken glass. Behind the crack, her reflection changed. Her eyes were hollow. Her skin rotted. Maggots crawled in and out of her cheeks. She screamed awake. The nightmare followed her back into the real world. When Vanessa looked down, she saw her skin shifting. Small bumps moved beneath her arms. Her stomach rippled like something lived inside. Her tears dripped onto the floor. "Please, remove them, please, I will change, I swear." Amelia stepped closer. "You're already marked. Once the maggots claim a host, no one removes them but fate." Vanessa broke into uncontrollable sobbing. Desperate, Vanessa crawled toward Amelia. "Help me, I beg you, I'll do anything." Amelia knelt slowly. "There is only one path left." Vanessa listened through her trembling breath. "You must confess everything. Every lie. Every pride. Every person you used. Every hurt you caused. The maggots only release those who humble themselves fully." Vanessa froze. Confession. Surrender of pride. Was she ready for that? Her silence was answer enough. Donovan returned with a wooden box. Inside was a worn, ancient cloth stained with something dark. He wrapped it around her neck. Instantly, the maggots inside her skin began reacting. Moving faster. Biting deeper. Burrowing painfully. Vanessa's screams filled the house. But Donovan's voice cut through. "Tomorrow, your fate will be sealed." The basement door slammed shut. The darkness swallowed her. Her punishment had only one chapter left. The morning didn't break softly. It cracked open like an egg-spilling darkness. Vanessa lay on the cold basement floor, barely conscious. Her skin twitched with every crawl under it. Her eyes were swollen from hours of screaming. Footsteps approached. Donovan Hale entered with the calmness of a man brushing dust off his shoes. "It is time," he said. No pity. No pause. No second thoughts. This was a harvest he had waited for. Her mind drifted. She saw herself, laughing in hotel rooms, posing for selfies, mocking those who had less, ignoring Nora's warnings, calling humble people broke. She saw Marcus crying the day she insulted him. She saw Nora's face on the night she shouted, "You're jealous because I'm finer than you." Her own voice echoed in the darkness. Ugly, sharp, cruel. Tears replaced pride. Regret replaced arrogance. The basement door creaked open. Donovan Hale entered, his expression unreadable. He held a lantern, and its light fell on her trembling body. "You can still leave here alive," he said. "But alive does not mean unchanged." Vanessa crawled forward weakly. "Please take them out. I can't live like this." Donovan stared at her for a long moment, then answered. "Then show me honesty for the first time." Her knees shook. Her voice cracked. But she began. "I used people. I lied to people. I looked down on those who loved me. I chased soft life like it was oxygen. I broke Marcus. I insulted Nora. I wanted money, not love. I wanted lifestyle, not truth." The more she confessed, the louder the maggots moved, as if reacting to each truth. Amelia watched from behind Donovan, nodding slowly. Truth is pain before it becomes freedom. As she confessed her deepest sins, her chest tightened. A violent jerk shot through her spine. Her skin rippled like it wanted to tear open. She screamed, gripping her stomach. Donovan stepped back. Amelia whispered, The pride is breaking. Let it break. Vanessa gasped through tears. I don't want to be that girl again. I don't want fake life again. I don't want vanity again. For the first time in her life, she truly meant her words. Hours passed. When the morning light finally touched the basement window, Vanessa Morgan opened her eyes. Her skin was bruised, her body weak, her spirit shattered. But the movement beneath her skin had stopped. She was finally free. But freedom didn't look like beauty, or lifestyle, or wealth. Freedom looked like humility. Vanessa whispered, I'm alive. Thank you. Amelia gave a small, knowing nod. You were spared, not because you deserved it, but because you changed. Donovan opened the door. You may go, he said. No threats. No warnings. No deals. Just a door. And a chance to start again. Vanessa stood slowly, legs trembling. She looked back at the basement one last time. Then she stepped out. Not as the soft life queen. Not as the girl who worshipped luxury. But as someone humbled. And reborn through suffering. The world would never see the old Vanessa again. And she would never seek that life again.